Well, hello everyone, this is Kwaswa. Welcome to another tutorial on Unity 3D and Playmaker. Today we will be looking at a main menu system that we'll be creating using ProBuilder and the built-in animation system of Unity, and I guess that's it. So yeah, Playmaker as well, of course. We'll be working in Playmaker. So I'll just uh, drag in the ProBuilder window and stick it here. So first thing we will do is create a shape, and it's gonna be a cube. So I'll just build it and close this window. I'll just reset its transform and uh, make it non-static object. So here we go. This is our cube. So what we are looking here is a a shape that looks something like this. Okay, so this is going to be the basic shape that is one-sided. So if I just copy this and just rotate it to say 90, 90 and 90, so this is going to be our other side of the other side of the main menu. So what kind of main menu we are looking for is the type that occurs in Transformer 1, the movie game. So it had a cube, and it rotated as you uh, you know enter the menu, and suppose you say start game and options, and that would keep rotating the screen. So this is going to be our cube element. So this is going to be our right element. So let's copy this and paste it here, and this is going to be, say, 0, and copy this again, and this minus 90. So let's snap it here and move it down, or just snap it here, and maybe we want to know the x values, I guess. Okay, z values, so 0.11. So this is going to be, yeah. So since we fixed the place, the position stuff, I'll just copy this over here and we'll be done. So now we want this to be giving us a 3D look. So that is going to be something like this, and we'll select these faces and just extrude them so that we can have that 3D feel. So let's select this face and extrude it. You can get ProBuilder for free, the basic version, and so it helps in modeling stuff very quickly. So if you want to, you know if your projects are more like rapid prototyping projects, then this could be a huge advantage. So once you are done with one side of it, then you select uh, the base one and just copy this over to the other side, and make sure that it is facing in the correct direction. So this is going to be 90, and I'll just drag this over here, and now I'll just copy this, or just say copy this, and turn this here, and that's going to be 0 in this case, and we need this to be copied over here, and that's it. So we're left with the top ones. Actually, you could, yeah, you could either do it the other way also, just snapping it to this place, and then making it look so cool, as in the Transformers game. I'm just gonna check the Y. Yeah, it'll be 0, of course. Come on. Yeah, I'll just copy this again. It's going to be 90, and we should check the X value. It will be minus 4.95, and there we go. We are all set to build this cube kind of main menu system. So since we got these models ready, I'll just select all of them, and maybe I'm going to merge them. Yeah, you can click on merge in the object menu, so that, and if you want to keep the other objects, you can just say merge save, and the other objects will be deactivated from the scene, so that way you can use them as reference. So this is going to be our main menu. So I'll just place the main camera, or just move this around. Yeah, I'll place the main camera in this position. Yeah, which would look good. And I'm going to just remove this background for a moment, and I'll just apply some weird material to it so that it looks good. Okay, so that kind of looks good. You can apply any object that, I mean, any material that you would like. So I'm gonna use this. So now that we got our material applied, we can go on and create this elements. I'll go to ProBuilder again, and I'll just create shape, and I'm going to snap this over there and bring this into the middle. And now I'll just build the cube and remove the static option, so that I can avoid the lighting issues and stuff. So I'll just drag this faces, and I'm gonna select this face and extrude it, and bring down the scale and extrude it a little bit inside, so that it gives that 3D effect. So now it looks kind of, ouch, you need to select the object and apply the material. So now that looks kind of okay-ish. You can change it if you need. So that looks okay for me. I'm gonna proceed with that, and this will be my menu object. So we can even make this a little bit thinner, because we don't need that much of detail. So this is going to be our first main menu object, so I'll just place it over here, and I'm going to copy this over here and then over here as well. So now when you get back to the menu, you can see neatly arranged stuff going on. So now if you take a look, you can create a game object within this, and you can place this game object at this vertex, and then bring it out, and then use this as the parent. Okay, that sucks. Okay, that didn't work out. Actually, I was trying to kind of use the set pivot. We have this set pivot option in ProBuilder, which would set the pivot in the middle of the object, so that should be working. I'll just create a cube that will be here, and I'll just bring it down and do this. And now that I have the cube, I'll just select these three, and yeah, maybe I can just use these a little bit far. You can see that now we have the thing we want. We can disable the mesh member and box collider of this. So now we have that effect that we need. So I'll just place this in the middle of the screen, and now we can kind of use this effect for each of the cube as well. So if you need some kind of cool effect going on, you can use this. So what you all need to do is just add in, suppose this is our play button, this is my exit button, and this is my options. So for the play button, I'll be adding a 3D text, which I will be making it small and go further. Yeah, that would look good. So this is going to be in black, and this is going to say play, and it's going to be in the middle. So that will be my new text for play, and there's going to be my options. You can apply whatever font you would like. Anything would do. I'm gonna just say Avil. Ouch. Yeah, and now I'll just permit it to the options thing, and this is going to be my exit button. And now we have three different cubes for making our main menu for the game. So if I go to Playmaker and let's just before going into Playmaker, we'll just add an animation for this cube right here, and we'll change the material for these things so that it doesn't look that weird, that monotonous. So that this looks okay-ish. That's good. That's not pathetic. So if I go to the cube and go to animation, I'll just create an animation for the cube and just say start or something like that. That's okay for me if it is in the material folder. I'll just add a property that will be the transform position of the cube. So I'll go to 1 in the timeline, and okay, sorry, I'll go to 0 and select this to be something like this. Yeah, that's going to be minus 90. So if I play the animation, okay, that's weird. Okay, it should be the reverse. This is going to be the animation that we are looking for. So this kind of looks good, but it kind of goes a little bit up, which we don't want, which looks weird. Okay, that's totally weird. So if I stop the animation and go to dope sheet and go to the first clip, I'll just select this and move this around something like this, and this is going to be a position where yeah, so there's going to be our position, and if I play this, it kind of goes too much on this axis. So I'll just add another clip. Yeah, so that looks decent, and it's kind of rotated, which is weird. So this is going to be our animation, and I'll just set this to 0, and I'll just delete this component and add a component which will be animation, and in this animation we'll be adding the clip, which will be start, as you can see, and this is it. So I'll just go to animations and set the size to 1, and that will be start, and set the play automatically button to off. So now if I just go out of this mess and oh, that is totally too far away. So yeah, now what we can do is I'll just add a UI text, not text, I'll just say that it's some kind of sprite, and that'll be just in front of the camera, which is going to be something like this. And when we press this sprite, the main menu would kind of happen, the animation would come to play. So to do that, we'll just add a 2D box collider, sorry, 2D circle collider for this one. So you can see that it's perfectly done, and I'll just go to add FSM and say mouse pick 2D event, and that will be when my mouse will be down, it will send an event, finish, and go to the second stage, which will play the animation, and the animation would be of the cube, and the animation would be start, and that's it. So one last thing to do is just go to the animation that you have created and go to debug and mark it as a legacy animation, so that it will it will be recognized, as you can see here. So that's it, most probably. I'll just hit play and let's see what we got. We can turn off the gizmos for this and creating the cube for the cubes, the play options and exit button. Creating the cube was not mandatory. You can do it in either ways. You can go to Blender and set a different pivot to each of them. I'll explain that later. For now, we have this loaded, and now it's waiting for our pick event. Ouch, we forgot something. Yeah, we'll just go to the second state and say activate game object, and that'll be the owner, and it'll be deactivating the sprite. So if I click on this, that is the kind of animation that we need. And now we can even add animations of this kind. We can add this kind. We can add almost all types of animations that we want. So this is a cool, uh, system of main menu to play with. And Transformers 1 has I mean, I was a big fan of that main menu that it had. It had all the sprites going on in the main menu, the electricity, lighting and stuff. So I recommend using this kind of main menu to recall things like that. Most of the games have not used that kind of main menu system later on. So I forgot explaining something. Yeah. So was that was when you model something like this, and if you want to set the pivot to, let's say you want the pivot to be here. Suppose if I go to hold V and go to this vertex and press R, sorry, R, E, and now you can see that it is rotated along the axis according to that vertex point. And if I do the same for another vertex, it will be different. So that can be done in any modeling software that you can find the the option that says set pivot, which would be the basic bone of the particular model. So if I go to this, go to some cube and drag it out and activate it, if I press V and hold on to this edge, and if I do this, it rotates along like respective to that particular point. So that can be used in animations for, let's say, doors or hinges and stuff like that. So that can be a trick for using such stuff in animation. So most of it is covered. This was requested by Grimlock, who, this kind of response from people is most welcome. I would love to do tutorials on stuff like this, so I'm waiting for more comments so that I can proceed with my channel. I would love to share this work with you. So I'll be seeing you in my next video. This is Crossfire signing out.